All right, we are live. Cajun Coin Hunter here, aka Boudreaux. How y'all are today? And we got an Evan Root hat on today. Damn good motor. All right, let's see. Got a few links sent out already. See, we got two people in here so far. Hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody enjoying the weekend, the Friday, the Saturday, partly Sunday. Partly sunny skies outside. I'll tell you what, man, that is some beautiful weather outside. I wish I was outside. I wish this whole setup was outside. It is that nice outside. Nice little breeze, no cold weather, perfect. Just like being in an air conditioned house outside. Like about 74 degrees, like where your temperature is supposed to be at on your thermostat. I think it's 74 to 76. They want you to keep your air conditioned thermostat on. Let's see, I've got to check on something right here. That is that. I got the link sent out. Just making sure right there. And there's Miss Missy. How you doing, Chad? This Mahoney. And I heard my notification down there. And there is Mr. Darrell.
Hello.
What's
How
going
are,
on?
how are you tonight, Cajun?
Oh, I'm good. You know what I just thought of? My earbuds.
Um,
You can keep talking, Daryl.
yeah, we woke up this morning and got our winter surprise again. I mean,
Winter surprise. Oh, some snow?
yeah, we got a dusting out there. I mean, it ain't much, but it's a dusting. They swore now we're gonna get 3 or 4 inches, and then ice on top of that. Still might get it, but
Yeah. When it snows 3, 4 inches down here in South Louisiana, that's what y'all call a dusting. We call it a blizzard.
yeah. Hey, Missy and Rail.
Hey, rail 9299222.
Yeah, I'm just glad we don't get as much as Rail does up there where he lives at.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I watched him having to plow snow yesterday, and the only thing I'd have to plow out there right now is maybe the windshield to get the ice off of it. But,
I seen rail Friday and your live stream uh, Saturday and another live stream. And it was very cold where he's at. Where he's at, very
yeah, it
cold
is.
and snowing, and a bunch of it.
Yeah, he had his tractor was stuck halfway down the hill, and at least he was able to get that back out.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't know about that one. David Carlisle,
Hey, David
Alabama
Carlisle.
Bro, what's going on, brother? I bet you it's nice weather up there too, where he's at,
Yep, I must have.
because that storm, that cold front, didn't make it far south. It stayed up north. Like the Tennessee line right
Yeah.
there. That's the furthest the cold weather got down to.
Oh, well, it was enough to get us. So
Yeah, yeah.
looks like
All
we're looks like we're stuck with the cold weather until Thursday, and then it's going to be back to 61 again.
We've had snow on the ground since early November. Wow.
Well, I tried to tell you to keep it up there. I mean, we didn't need it down here, but
You know, I like when it snows down here because it's actually warmer when it snows. The
yeah,
wind's not blowing hard, and cutting you like a knife through a very well insulated coat. When that
yeah.
north wind's blowing, man, it just cuts through everything. And
Well,
I know we don't have the winter gear down here that they have up north. Everything's more insulated up north. Everything's made toward zero and sub-zero weather. Down here everything's made for like if it gets down to 30. you know.
yeah. Hey,
Austrian Stacker, how you
I'll
doing, mon
say,
mate?
yeah. Well, up here we're kind of up on top of a mountain, so and there's two other mountains around us, and it creates like a wind tunnel effect through here,
Uh-huh.
and it just where that wind gets coming across here, it's 40, 50 mile an hour winds a lot of times up through here.
Man, wow. But when
Once,
it when it snows, because I've experienced, a few snows down here in Louisiana. And well, one year in 1973, the winter of '73, I want to say it was around in the winter of '73 instead of the winter of '74. Because
yeah,
it's the same winter both years. Late in '73 or early in '74. And I want to say because I remember the pictures being dated as '73, and we were off of school. From school. We had almost 2 foot of snow in our yard. Like the ditches, it was deeper naturally. And our neighbor, me and my sister tore up our yard. Footprints and all that and everything. Friends
yeah,
over, but my neighbor, he didn't have no kids, and he had grandkids. I mean, his kids were grown, and
yeah,
his grandkids, well, they wasn't about to come visit him. Because it was freezing. You know, and ice everywhere. I mean, ice on the road. We would try to, take a little running start and run on the road because it just had got blacktop, paved. There used to be
yeah,
a gravel road, but I was out in the country, and we get that slow run start, where we wasn't slipping, and then we just stopped running, and we had regular shoes on, and we'd slide on that ice like ice
yeah,
skating almost.
yeah,
But the neighbor, his grandkids wasn't there. I mean, his yard was beautiful, beautiful. I mean, virgin snow on the ground, no footprints in it or nothing.
yeah. We was that one you're talking about. We had a Plymouth Fury Sports Fury sitting in the backyard at the house, and you couldn't even tell it was back there because of the drifts. The drifts drifted over the top of it and everything else. You couldn't even tell that car was back there.
Wind driven snow, yeah, drifts, yeah, damn. Yeah, David Carlisle just commented. Yesterday was the 30th anniversary of Winter Storm '93. Okay, I remember that storm because a tree fell in my house. That was March 12th, 1993. March 12th. That was a Friday night that year. Y'all could look it up. Go back, Google 1993 calendar, and you'll see March 12th was on a Friday.
Uh,
And half of my a big cedar tree I had in my front yard. I mean, it was huge. 2 foot across at the bottom. From left to right, the trunk was
yeah,
2 foot across. Half of that tree got knocked down for Hurricane Andrew in '92. Well, The other half, this blizzard, this storm came through, and we had like 70-mile-an-hour winds, plus snow and all that. That
Yeah.
north wind dropped the rest of the tree on my house. When I
Ouch.
came home from the French dance and Richard LeBeouf was playing that night, my cousin was playing. I hired him to play. I was living near Baton Rouge by Tiger Truck Stop in Grostet. I was living
Yeah.
a couple miles south of Tiger Truck Stop, the country. I owned my property in my house. When I got back from the dance for the CFMA Friday night dance, I walked in my house and it was cold and it was supposed to be warm in there. Well, I go to open my bedroom door and it's cold as hell in there. And I mean freezing. I turned the light on, boom, there's a tree branch in my bed, you know,
Oh God.
through my roof in my bed. If I'd have
Uh,
been sleeping in that bed, I probably wouldn't be here right now.
yeah. Well, luckily you wasn't home asleep when that happened.
That's what I'm saying. I probably wouldn't be here right
Uh,
now. Dacone, what's
Hey, the
up?
phone.
My dabba do man. What's up, Dacone?
How you doing, Tacoma? But yeah, and the one in '93, I was working in a mill building water heaters, and they let us off early that day because it went to snowing so hard. They let us off work. That's when I was living in South Carolina. They let us off work, and luckily I had a daggum. I mean, I was in a good spot. I had a 4-wheel drive 73 Chevrolet Blazer. I was in great spot, and I had, 4-wheel that are lock. All I had to do was lock the 4-wheel drive in. And I was on my way. I mean, I didn't have to slip or slide or nothing else.
Right.
But I must have pulled out 10 cars of people that left that water heater factory, and they all hit the damn ditch. I must have pulled out 10 cars on my way home.
Damn.
Uh, I did have a chain in the back of it. I always carried a chain with me. So I had a logging chain in the back, so I backed it. I backed it, slammed down the ditch bank, and drug them up. So I mean, I was doing my good deed for the day, I guess. So,
Right.
but it
Mhm.
was and highway patrolman pulled up at one time when I was pulling one of them out, and he said, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, I'm just trying to get him out the road." He said, "Get him off, get him back on the road." He said, "Do you think you can get him, or do I need to call a wrecker?" I said, "Give me about 2 minutes, and I'll tell you." And that old Blazer just walked him right on out of there. So
There you go. Metal music maniacs. I was trying to get that in on the second
yeah,
word there. Second name. What's going on, Mona Me? I hadn't seen you in a while. Yep, it is really 78 here. And, got t-shirt on, you know. Steel
I got
Wool Queen, how you doing, champ? Hadn't seen you in a while too. Yeah, we all
I
good over here.
still, but
I,
I'm in a t-shirt, but I also got I'm like Linus, so I had to carry my blanket with me. So
yeah, and uh now the next, okay, I'm gonna try to guess at what time that storm hit where Dave's at by Birmingham. It hit between, I mean, the worst of the storm was started at like 5 o'clock in the afternoon that Friday, and it was over with about 2 o'clock, I want to say. So David, that storm was passing through by David's house city, probably around 2, 3 in the morning. Early in the morning, and then at sunrise Saturday morning on the 13th.
Which one was you talking about? There was one. There was
That's
one in
that's that
two
same
thousand.
storm in March of '93. That they,
Oh,
they
okay.
called it the storm of the century, uh, and they named it right. They didn't have winter storm names back then. Now they got winter storm names and polar vortexes and all that.
Yeah,
They wasn't naming them back then, just hurricanes.
yeah.
And
We had.
Florida got tore up on the Gulf side. Florida got tore up. All them houses on stilts and stuff. The waves, because they had like 20-foot seas hitting the Florida beaches. It tore the Gulf side up. They had people over there. They wasn't expecting it to be that bad, or they was having like a semi hurricane party or something. And
Uh,
it destroyed a lot of houses on the beaches, on the Florida coast.
yeah, about 2009, 8 or 9, or somewhere in that neighborhood. I guess it was 2000 around 2009.
Yeah, they
But
had a winter
they
storm
had.
down here. I wasn't living here. I was in Arizona, and I went to work, uh, and this guy was saying, "What you think about all that snow, Boudreaux?" I'm like, "What snow, man? The sun's shining." He's like, "No, down there where you from in Louisiana, man, they got almost a foot of snow everywhere in South Louisiana." I'm like, "What?" I call my cousin up, Aaron LaBeouf. I call Aaron up. I said, "Hey, man, come on, say wow. That's my time." He was like, "The snow. That's what's up." I'm like, "What?" I said, "Somebody just mentioned snow, so I have to call and make sure." He said, "Yeah, I'm gonna send you a bunch of pictures." I'm like, "All right." Sure
Well,
enough, man, there was snow everywhere down here.
the one that we was me and Delisa was hadn't been together for a very long, and then I was sitting here and they were saying when a tornado hit Birmingham and it worked its way up through North Carolina, I mean up through Georgia, northern Georgia, and across Tennessee, and it tore up a truck stop down in Glade Springs, Virginia. I mean, I think there's 4 or 5 drivers got killed where it turned the trucks over and all that stuff. And
Wow.
then it went then we're sitting here watching the weather reports on the news, and it says that the guy says right it's going through Whitfield, Virginia right now, and Pulaski is not looking good for you. And we Delisa had the house paid down to 2 years, and they the and of course that there it was the week before we had a tornado hit and tore up the town down here. So this was just they were trying to rebuild it and another one was coming over. This was at about 2 o'clock in the morning, and we walked out on the porch, and you could literally see the clouds whirling above us. It come right across here, but luckily it didn't touch down right here.
Hmm. Well,
I
those
mean,
mountains and all that, that'll break up tornado weather, won't it?
no, that's what we've always been told, but not not in not because the week before it tore up half a town down here. I mean, so
On the east side of you, or?
uh, well, it actually come a quarter mile from here. We were uh quarter mile from here. We was having to stop traffic because because the power line that were knocked the power or broke the power pole off,
Oh, okay.
and we was having to. I mean, we was the only. I was. I mean, them idiots come flying around these curves in this mountain, and we had. I backed my truck back up the road a little piece, and then parked it sideways in the road with the 4-way flashers on to keep people because because there was one line that was right level with the top of a car. If somebody come flying through there, it would have got closed. That car would have got clothesline and probably
Clothesline. Yeah.
yeah.
Hey, Barry Ewald and
Hey, Barry.
Marines and Army mom. How you doing,
Hey,
Miss Wanda? Good
hey,
to see you
Marines and
here.
Army Man.
Andrew, what's up? If it's 80, why not stream for the patio? That's what I was saying earlier. I said I wished I had this set up outside, but I'd have had to clean off. Well, no, I got another folding table. I forgot about that. The folding table I have here has a TV on it and a bunch of other stuff, some service books and
Well, if
parts
you
books that I got. And but anyway, I'd have had to run a electrical cord outside, and then I'd have to rely on the Wi-Fi, and my computer's just a little slow right now, so I'd have to rely on Wi-Fi because I'm hooked up directly from the router with Ethernet cable. I
uh,
am plugged in to the router, plugged in. So that's why the streams go pretty good, and I don't freeze up all the time because I'm not relying on Wi-Fi for the laptop.
hey, hey, field guy, but yeah,
Field
there
guy,
was
there he is. What's up, field guy? What's going on, Mona Me?
yeah. The only thing about it there, Boudreaux, is if you get down there you go outside and put it on the patio, and everybody see you leaning off the dock. I mean,
Oh, that's true. Yeah, yeah, yeah. They see me walking toward the bayou, in the
yeah,
backyard.
yeah, they'll be seeing you like you'll be you'll be famous for actually leaning off the dock. I mean,
I'm already famous for that just by talking about it, and so I don't want to be famous by showing it.
yeah, but
What's up, Mark Gulick? How you doing,
hey,
Mona
Mark,
Me? Andrew said new router may be needed soon. On your end, not on my end. I got a good router, but I don't like streaming, which I have streamed from with the router already many times. But uh, I just prefer to have it plugged in.
yeah. I mean, I got the boosters and everything else down there in my shop, but it's metal, so if it's not warm enough for me to keep the door open, I can't get no Wi-Fi signal down there. So if I shut it up, it's like kind of like a Faraday cage. You it don't get no kind of signal at all in there. So
Oh yeah, I know what a Faraday cage is. I sure do.
hey, River Rat,
River Rat, what's going on, Mona Me? How you doing? And there's one person I didn't say hello to yet is Miss Delisa. How you doing?
yeah, yeah. I mean, well, this computer must have fixed itself because I mean, it's working so far. Well, hopefully it ain't doing like it did Friday night.
No, everything's good. I didn't even know nothing was wrong Friday night until you told me.
Well, it was right before you came in. Everybody kept saying they couldn't hear me. Uh, so I switched out this computer with Delisa's
Laptop,
computer,
right.
yeah, laptops and all that stuff. So, but this one here, if you're not sitting directly in front of it, it it you can't hear anybody else. So, and I was messing with the settings and everything else. So I mean, and so I got frustrated, especially when it was my it was especially when it was my stream.
Yeah.
I said,
What's up, Power Stroke Drew? Boom, boom, boom.
"Hey, Power Stroke, dude, you."
Oh shit! I'm gonna send you a link, Jude. You feel like coming up in the panel? I sure will send you a link if you do. What's for dinner? That Phil guy. Phil guy said he was eating. He was munching and grilled cheese and tomato soup. No, that's some what they call comfort food right there. Got plenty of tomato soup in the pantry. We keep that stocked up. And I got some cream of chicken soup. Like cream of mushroom. I got cream of chicken. Missy went to buy me. This is when I had my surgery. After I had my surgery, Missy went to buy me chicken noodle soup, and somebody must have put that 6 pack because it comes in a 6 pack cans. Wrapped plastic wrap with the label on it. Well, somebody must have put the cream of chicken soup with the chicken noodle soup. She picked that up instead of the noodles. Somebody put it in the wrong spot. And speaking of leaning off the dock, oh, I'm driving, boo. He's typing for him. Maybe next time. Okay, Jude, not a problem. All right, let me. I gotta go lean off the dock. Take over for me, Darryl.
I'll try to. Yeah. Hope everybody had a great week this week. Don't want to sound like I'm sitting here complaining about the weather, but we've managed to get by with just a couple dustings of snow this year, and and this one here has got a little bit. It's got ice in it, so I mean it's snow a little bit and then ice a little bit, so it's it's just enough to make the tires slide on the ice or your feet slide on it. So and I would like to have a grilled cheese sandwich right about now. But as y'all was seeing, y'all mentioned food, and I had to bring out check out my pens, make sure what my levels were. But, uh, Cajun, has you got anything special planned?
Oh
Special
no,
event, special events planned in the next.
no. I just realized I missed out on a ham fest yesterday, Friday and yesterday. Got a ham fest in rain, which uh, I wasn't going to take my Jeep over there because I hadn't found my leak yet, my coolant leak. So,
Is it?
but they'll have another one next year. So
Is
that's the Lafayette Club ham club.
yeah.
That's the Lafayette club that had the event yesterday. It was Friday afternoon because everybody's set up around noontime. Whatever. It was just more or less a setup time, setting their tables up and selling, their wares that they selling,
Yeah,
used like uh, NOS tubes, the old style tubes.
yeah.
They still got those out, floating around. Uh, old equipment, keyboards, stuff like that for packet radio, computer towers, stuff like that. You know, there's a lot
Oh,
of there's a lot uh, of radio communication, ham radio communication over the computer nowadays.
mm.
You could use the computer as your transmitter.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I got since talking
famous,
about
famous Slick Rick, what's going on, Mona Me? Good to see you in the stream.
hey, Slick Rick. Yeah. I got a question. I noticed the other day. We was talking here about Mark wanting a CB radio. Okay, and well, evidently everything how this internet listens to you and all that stuff. Well, all on Facebook, every ad that I got on Facebook was about CB radios. And when did they go to FM, AM, FM channels? Uh, Cajun.
Oh, they've been having those out since hell the '80s. They had FM, but this is uh, a 10-meter radio that they sell. Okay,
Mm,
and you can buy the 10-meter radio, which it's not FCC approved. Okay, uh, in order to be FCC approved, it would have to have spectral purity, and all that. And these radios are not close to spectral purity. They are, especially when somebody gets in them with a golden screwdriver and a pair of cutting pliers and start taking out ALCs and AMCs, which is modulation control, and ALC for your single sideband. Then they'll splatterbox. They'll cover
mm,
three channels over from the one you own, and they have the uppers and lowers in them. They actually
yeah.
are on the 10-meter band when you buy them, and you have to convert them to the 11-meter band, which is CB.
Okay,
Plus, you
well,
get all the uppers and the lowers below CB, below channel one, and then above 40. And then when you get to 28 megahertz, you in the 10-meter band. You on the ham side right there, which is the short side of the 28 is 28 megahertz is Morse code. Once you get to 28.5, then you're up into talking, you know. Uh, but they've always had them export. We call them export radios. They've always had them down here since the '80s. They were known by Texas Star, Superstar, and Connex like that.
okay, that's. All I mostly dealt with was Cobra 29s, but even Cobra now is using the AM, FM bands now.
That's an export radio.
Oh, okay.
That's an export radio. It's not a true Cobra. Cobra Dynascan Corporation does not make that radio. It's just a radio that somebody put that brand on it.
Oh, okay.
And the Cobra coiled up, with the snake head sticking up.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I mean, most of the trucks I ever drove was governed, so I never even, I turned it on just enough to hear what was going the squawk going on,
Right,
and just have it in the background. But I mean, in case there's a wreck or something other, I could hear it. But I
right,
mean,
right. Get the highway forecast, we call it.
yeah, I didn't need to. I didn't have to worry about where the highway, the barriers, and all the other stuff was.
Right.
So I just basically, you know, I As long as I could find out when wrecks or bad weather was ahead of me, that was all I needed. So,
Right.
I mean, and them upper and lower channels and all that stuff, I wouldn't know how to use all that anyway. So,
710, all upside down. What's going on, Mon ami?
hey,
Great. How you doing, 710?
hey, 710. Yeah, but one night there was a place out here, and me and Delisa made a fortune off of them daggum tubes. They had them at the auction. They're still in the original boxes and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and all that. So I something just told us to buy them, so we bought them, and we made it. As soon as we went to putting, as soon as we started putting them on eBay, they were flying off the shelves. So no, those tubes. Yeah, they were gone. They were gone quick. So,
Right.
but
Yeah, tubes. That's a good fallback. You know,
yeah,
you fall back on that and make a simple receiver. With just a couple of tubes. You got to
yeah,
have a crystal and a crystal oscillator. That, or you just wrap a coil. And that would be your oscillator.
yeah.
And then you could put a piece of metal in it, like a ferrite rod or something, to adjust for your channels. You know,
Well, like I said, they did not stick around long because they were new old stock. So
right? NOS, correct?
so in other words, they were factory quality. So
Yeah. Now, if they were power tubes, which if you would remember some of the tube numbers on there, like 6L6,
I don't
6J6,
I
20
don't
20LF6.
yeah, I don't remember any of the numbers,
Okay.
but
See, those are power tubes, sweep tubes, and those you can make a transmitter with, or those are replacement tubes for like TVs on the receive, like for your horizontal output or your vertical output, and like the 6K6 that was used in TV. Okay, well,
mm,
you can use that as a transmitter tube. You have to
yeah,
just redesign the circuit a little bit, with your capacitance and all that and your resistance. But you can actually make a transmitter or put a 6K6 in place of a 6J6.
yeah.
You can
I
do
mean,
that, but
there's
you gotta kind of modify the circuit a little bit.
I mean, I thought they would bring a whole lot more than they did, but nobody else knew what they were. So I mean, uh, so I said, I mean, I think I got the box whole got two boxes full for like $5 at the auction, and
Bam.
they were still in the original boxes. So
And did you get about $10 per tube? I would hope so.
it was like five. It was we sold somewhere between $5 and $10 off on them. So
And that's still cheap,
yeah,
for especially for sweet tubes, power tubes.
yeah,
That's still cheap because you're gonna pay $20, $30 for a good transmitting tube now. You know?
yeah.
What's up, Mater? With
How you doing,
Mater's
Mater?
Almost,
Workshop.
I've almost got a green thumb.
Damn, what happened?
Been out there mowing.
Oh, okay.
Already gone through 4 batteries, and I got 2 of them up on the charger right now. And then
Okay.
as soon as those 2 are done, I'm gonna put the other 2 up and be able to get back to mowing to finish everything.
Your grass must have been a little tall, huh?
Well, we've had all that rain, so it's
Yeah.
growing fast, and can't get any help doing it. So one project I've been working on, which is a vanity, that's put on hold. Get that finished all up so I can get the yard done.
Oh, I see a box on that table behind you. Is that something you got in the mail?
Yeah, had that in the mail for a while.
Oh, okay. So that's your parts you needed?
No,
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
no, this box actually came in before I even ordered any parts.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you should know. That ought to tell you what I got.
Oh, hold on a minute. Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh,
Some tobacco.
4 bags and 10 boxes.
10 boxes of tubes.
Yep.
That works.
And I'm not even done.
Cheap smoke.
I've still got this one left. I got that one, and oh, what's left in that bag?
Oh, wow. Okay. That's almost a full pound right there.
Yeah. And like I said, that's all stuff that's left over from beginning of January.
Good deal. Lucille.
Yep.
17 said, I roll my own too. Just a different brand. I grow mine.
Different
Yeah.
tobacco.
Wacky tobacco.
Yeah, he's got them left-handed kind, not me. I might smoke, but that's on because I put everything, all the ashes right on the floor over here. But no, I've been out there mowing, and this morning I actually got out there to spray, start killing the weeds. Let that set in, do that first, then get out there do the mowing.
Oh, that's why you was working on your backpack sprayer in that video.
Yep, and that backpack sprayer is junk.
Is it?
That pump, it's going out again, which
You
means
got you got that side hand pump, the lever
oh,
like this? No? Okay.
20 volt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
My
that's
buddy
about
Matt, my buddy Matt, he has, it's a backpack sprayer and they got a lever right here on the side of it. When you lose when you run out of pressure after 10 minutes, you just
yeah. You
That's
didn't
it.
notice. Yeah, but you didn't notice on the video that's that Bauer 20 volt.
Yeah, I did.
Then why'd you ask if I had a pump on it? A hand pump.
I had a brain for it.
Oh, you blonde moment.
Yeah, a senior moment.
That I'll agree on because you are older than me.
Not much.
No.
Tennessee Gold tobacco.
And Daryl, you're welcome for the shout out.
Like I said, but it was, but like I said in my other comment there, it was that's one thing ATV is good for. I can throw mine on in about 2 seconds and plug it in, and I can just cruise around the yard with mine.
Yeah, but you
Right.
probably got a lot bigger yard than I got.
Well, yeah, I got a little over acre, but
Let's see. With the front yard and the backyard and everything, total is probably 3/4 of an acre. So, but the only thing is what I got out in front is not that big. It's probably about 30, at the most 30 feet wide, and probably about maybe 40 feet in depth. But I got the sidewalk going through it, and then out to the left, the yard goes like that, and then down
well,
towards the street.
I mean, uh, basically the reason I got mine is because just we got probably 2/10 or maybe a quarter, less than a quarter of a mile to ride on the asphalt before we can get down to the property that we used to ride our ATVs on. And
I got
so,
left.
but I mean, that was what I had to, we had. I'd throw that doggone sprayer on the back if the cops had been up here. I'd throw that sprayer on the back and I'd put a farm use tag hanging off that. And I mean, yeah, with ATV, you're not. They're still not illegal because you got the side by sides are legal, but the ATVs are not. But because you throw your leg over to get on it and ride it right on top of the motor, so that makes it where you ain't supposed to use it for farm use, but technically, that's just a technicality. I mean, if I got my sprayer on the back, I mean, this dude down here's got probably 100 acres and all that stuff. I can ride around. I can ride down there, and once I get down there, I can take the daggone sprayer off and do what I want to do, and then put the sprayer back on.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well,
hey, Daryl, just go get you a little Honda 250 and put a trike kit on it. That way, it's still street legal. That way, you can still put the you can drive it up and down the street, but you can still put the sprayer on it.
Well, we got one neighbor that's an asshole, and that happens to be Delisa's favorite sister. So, and she will call the cops on us. So it's
damn.
better off to come back up after I've supposedly been spraying down there.
That's when you tell delete to tell your sister to go shut up.
Well, that bitch. I mean,
Uh-oh.
Boom, 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 boom. Bradley Height Customs with a $3 super sticker. What's up? Nope, Bradley.
that
Brad.
bitch.
That's my Uncle Bradley in Las Vegas. What's up? No, Bradley.
Well,
Thursday, when we were on the way to my mother-in-law's, Mrs. Mama's, for that surprise barbecue party, they had right when we was getting into Mamu, we were on the highway, and from Main Street, uh, coming from B&L Seafood, there was a caution light there. It's yellow for us on the highway, but red on the cross section. And it's red because they got a stop sign there also. And that four-wheeler just blew through that. There was no traffic coming. And that four-wheeler just blew through there. And I told Missy, I said, he better have a shovel on that thing. And sure enough, when we got a little closer, he had a shovel across the front on his gun rack. He had a shovel on there. See, down here, you can't ride four-wheelers on the highway or on the side of the highway. It's got to be farm use, okay?
yeah.
And if you carry a shovel, you're legal because you're on the road checking your levees, your rice field levees and your crawfish ponds. You're checking for leaks, water leaks. So
Now,
that's
well,
how they get out of it here, and it's legal.
that's why I put that sprayer on the back. I mean,
Yeah.
I was cutting the grass down in the field and all that stuff, you know, and but I if I rode the four wheeler down, we ride the four wheelers down in the creek and all that stuff. I always put the put the sprayer on the back of it to get us the distance we need to get down there to the riding area. So I mean,
Bradley, check your email, Nonky.
but the cops done come up there and told her to mind her own damn business so many times it ain't funny. So now,
Oh,
now,
she calls the
now,
cops often. That's why.
yeah, and now they've got to, they told us the last time they come up that they were gonna put her ass on the they now they won't even come up here when she calls. She's on the no call list.
Do not go out if it's for this type of call.
No,
I mean, that
well,
ain't bothering her, you know?
no, it was just she does it because she can. It, she swears something down. Her what happened was her 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 daddy he bought this he bought this lot of land separate from down there from there, and then Lisa bought it from him. Well, he always there's a graveyard in her backyard. Okay, so there's a right of way to that graveyard. Her daddy always said because it was he screwed up when he built his house. He screwed up and put the carport. Most all of his carport is on the right of way to that graveyard. So, in other words, he always claimed that the right of way was on our land until we got it surveyed, and now she's wanting to she thinks she's still that we took that the right of she knows the surveyor told her that the right of way is on her property. So I mean she does and neither one of us owns the right of way. So in other words, we don't even have adjoining property. I mean, so she but she stays so peeled up she don't know where she's coming or going anyway. So
Oh, okay.
hey, renegade.
Renegade, what's up, Mona Me?
What's up, Renegade?
But yeah, it's been a mess since her daddy died. So we got everything straightened out, and she don't like it because she thought all the way to my side of my shop was the right of way to that graveyard. Well, when the man come up there to do to pull the daggum pull the records and all that stuff, they found out the right of way was in between his house and in other words, they would have if anybody that has people in that graveyard, they could go back there, go and it's a
Cut
old
across
family.
her yard or whatever.
Yeah, they 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 can go. I mean, they actually can make her tear her daddy's old garage down and all that stuff. And you talking about somebody that would be
Upset. Yeah.
yeah
That's not good, Renegade.
No, that's
no
kind of high there.
my
Kind of
my
no. That's definitely on the high side.
yeah I'm at 212 and last night I was at 454 I think I was.
Damn.
Wow. What caused
I
that?
mean uh, um,
What caused that? Not eating supper or something?
uh, Delisa got Delisa called in and got a grocery pickup yesterday, and she got too many daggone sweets, and and after I sat around a while, I ate too many. He ended up eating too much sweet.
Oh, okay.
Well, sweets really don't
You get
make
dizzy?
blood sugar go up.
You,
It's the carbohydrates, all your starches.
Well, that's
well, it
what
turns to
most
sugar.
everything was carbohydrates and but it was a lot of sweets involved too. So
Yeah.
Now, do you feel dizzy when your sugar gets that high?
not really, but I don't feel like doing anything. I just
Oh,
feel
okay.
like blah, and
Because when my blood sugar drops, I'm like what they call hypoglycemic, you know, low blood sugar. My
yeah,
sugar can drop, and uh,
this
like right now, I'm I'm wanting to eat something, but I'm gonna have to wait till after the stream. But I could always, I got one of these right on the side of me. The devil's cream.
yeah.
The devil cream cakes. It's one of my favorites right here, and I can eat that, and my blood sugar come back up, and I'm fine.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if I hadn't eaten anything or something other, I have been down as low as 39.
Damn,
And
Renegade, you maxed it out.
uh,
Hey,
What's
quick
up,
rank.
Quick Wrench? What's
Quick
up on the
Wrench.
meat?
But that's one thing I know that, because my first wife, she was diabetic, and so yeah, I know that the one thing you got to watch is eating carbohydrates.
Yeah.
All your
And
carbs and everything, because your body turns all that into sugar.
well, but oh well, I've had it so long now that even protein mine turns protein in the sugars now. So I mean, so there's really and truly, I'm not supposed. I wouldn't be able to eat any daggone thing if I went. But it's but I mean, I do sometimes I overdose myself a little bit, and I have got it down to 30. I have had it at 39.
Ooh,
And Delisa said I was look like a damn ghost. I couldn't even speak, couldn't talk or anything else. So
that's low there.
yeah, I mean, she said I told my doctor about it, and my doctor said, "How did you even walk to the bathroom?" And
Very carefully.
I walked to the bathroom, done my business, and then when I got back out, then I went back to bed. And I told Delisa, I said I might need to eat something. She looked at me and said I was as gray as yeah. I couldn't even talk then, and said I was. It was. She said I was gray. So I mean,
Hey, Sarah.
uh,
Oh, I believe that, Slick Rick. Raging! What's up, Cajun?
What's up, Raging?
hey, Raisin.
Hopefully he's got that truck of his fixed or close to it.
Said he should be on the road by Monday.
Well, hopefully, so far, talking about Monday, you were asking about a package. Yeah, I should be getting that blower and everything tomorrow. They're saying it's in town, sitting over at the post office right now. So I should get that blower and everything tomorrow. Now, when I get the gaskets, I don't know when.
Yeah, I've had
What's up, Tommy Hamlin?
What's up, Tommy?
Tommy Hanlon.
Tommy. But yeah, I know what you're talking about there, Renegade. I mean, mine's crazy like that too. It swings wide. I mean,
Baby, hush up.
yeah. I mean, if it has a taste to it, if your food has a taste to it, that means it's no good to eat. You can't. You're it's not. You're not supposed to be eating it. So. With diabetes. Oh, that ain't good. Truck not fixed yet. Hey, Joseph Roll.
Joseph Grawl, how you doing, Mona Me? Good to see you. Gypsy Rose. Truck not fixed yet, she said.
Yep. Well, hopefully, when that turbo gave out, hopefully it didn't do any other damage.
Well, my buddy that had that Lafitte skiff with that Volvo diesel in it, his turbo was out, wasn't working. He still ran his boat. He just couldn't get on step. He couldn't get to, like, say, if the sea valves are running 12 miles to the east of Mermentau Jetties. It took him a while to get there doing 8 knots, 10 mile an hour. It took him a good little while to get there.
Yeah, mine. When I blew a turbo, it was so daggum.
Mermentau Jetties. It took
They
him a
had,
while to get there.
Uh-oh.
doing 8
Someone's
knots.
got YouTube still open.
Yeah.
yeah, YouTube was still on there.
Turner does.
Yeah.
The YouTube side's on Turner.
When I blew a turbo, it was so daggum.
Okay, I got his mic muted that way.
Yeah.
Until he fixes it, then he can unmute himself.
Yeah, but they got but that when my turbo blew, I had just put new air to air on that truck, and I blew, and then the turbo blew, and I had to put a new daggum air to air and the daggum turbo and all that on mine. So again, that was about extra $800 that I had just spent that I had to re-spend again.
Dang.
There.
What's up, sir?
Oh, not much. You had to turn off some background audio, or that you guys would have went crazy.
No,
Yep.
well, I think it was the YouTube side that was still on. That, or maybe your volume was a little bit too high, but everybody heard it.
No, that's the thing is my mic will cancel out our conversation here, but it will not cancel out the background from YouTube if I don't forget to turn it off. It's kind of weird.
Oh.
So.
Yeah, I got my YouTube paused.
Yeah, that's what
Actually, no. Actually, I don't even have my YouTube side up. I have my chat popped up right here. Well, I can go in my on the YouTube side right here, and it's on my channel, but it's not in the video because I didn't want to forget that it was up. Now I just clicked on it, but I'm hearing it in my earphones anyway, so
Yeah, it was.
nobody can hear the audio on my YouTube side. But I don't have two things running at once like that. I don't have my video actually, this YouTube. I don't have it streaming.
No, I usually pause the YouTube, but I got too excited and I forgot to turn it off. So
Oh, okay.
Oh, look, I'm up. A Cajun wants me. I gotta go.
Sorry, Mom. I'll be back later.
No, just throw that silver head off to the side.
Gulf Stream. Hear those south winds moaning. Bridges are getting lower. Shrimp boats scurrying home. Leon Everett. Hurricane. That was one of my favorite songs back then when he come out with that. When I was DJing and we was under a hurricane watch, and we always had hurricane parties, inland, and I'd have to play that. People would request hurricane 4 or 5 times a night.
Well, I can remember going down there after Katrina, and them daggum shrimp boats were sitting over there side of I-10 there.
Yeah.
I mean, it blew them shrimp boats all the way up there to I-10.
Yeah.
And they wasn't the little shrimp boats neither.
No, I know what you're talking about. They had a steel hull, a 98 footer,
Yeah.
98 from the keel to the bow. They measure, but it's actually like 115 foot from bow to stern, straight across the top.
Yeah.
If you over 100 foot on a shrimp boat, the captain needs, the guy running the boat needs to have 100-ton Coast Guard license. And then Vietnamese, the Orientals, are not going to go buy a license, you know? So they keep their boats 98 feet, 98 to 99 feet from keel, from under, and then it goes up like that to the bow. That's how you measure a boat, from the bottom. You never measure a boat the length from the bow to the stern on top. Never.
Yeah. I mean, but I remember them two damn boats sitting there they sat there for probably 2 or 3 months before they ever moved them.
Neath that Louisiana moon, don't mind the strain of a hurricane. She comes around every June.
I can see I'm not the only one that likes to quote songs.
Yeah, that's 710 doing that. He got me started. Blame it on 710. Rigged! Man, we need to do that again, 710. We need to do that. I'm going to do a few penny games here pretty soon. I was supposed to do them about 3 weeks ago. And I'll have you up in the live stream. You can do your rig games. You know, I really miss that. I do. And me and Ed, the old tech guy, was talking about that a week ago, a week and a half ago. Me and Ed was talking about it. And like, man, you know, Boudreaux, yeah, I love your penny games, and I like, you know, 710's rig game. You know, that's awesome. So I'm thinking if we can do a 2-channel or a 3-channel gig, you know, like have an auction, a couple of penny games, and a couple of rig games in there. Yeah, we'll get our 50 to 60 people crowd back in. You know, it's time for an auction. Money Maniacs, you, our buddy over in Dallas, that dog, his name slips my mind right now.
What, Rob?
No, not Rob Finds Treasure. He's been in my panels a couple of times. He's a school teacher. Damn. Money went seen him after he left your place, Maiden.
Okay. I don't know who that was.
I just had a sticker last week. I saw one of his stickers.
Well, quit thinking about it and you'll remember.
Yeah, I will. Who that? Yeah. Walltown Best, 88. Who that? Who that say they're gonna beat them Saints? Who that?
No, yeah. You missed my earlier stream when I was explaining how crazy people do surface preparation for engine work. I had all my best sanders out.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. I'm waiting for the machine the machine shop people to hop in and start going, oh, don't ever do that.
Dang. Hey, Walltown, I just joined your YouTube channel there.
Yeah.
Keep up them YouTube videos. Oh yeah, Slick Rick, brother Ed.
Yeah, there's always a couch mechanic that'll sit there and tell you what you did wrong every time, or what it ain't supposed to work that way.
Oh, came over from Field Guy. I got you.
I've just been seeing so many people on YouTube using like gasket maker the wrong way. They go and put the gasket maker on, then they go and bolt it super tight and squish everything out. You torque it down until you have an 1/8 of an inch gap. You let it set, then you torque it the rest of the way. Then you've got an actual real gasket, not just a thin little filament that's there. It's,
Value Hunter. That's him. Value Hunter.
No, but that's the thing. Being a mobile mechanic of 42 years, You come up with some really creative ways to get the job done and get it done right without having to rip the thing apart and drag it 500 kilometers away to a town to have some machine shop do it.
Yeah, I saw a guy, he did a little short and everything. And the way he wound up doing it and the way he explained, I'm going, that makes perfect sense. How about when you put a brand new caliper or rebuilt one, whatever, and you go put the brake line back on, you got that copper washer, and you got to get it seated. He's saying the best way to make sure it seats and seals up is put them on and you tighten them down. Then afterwards, sit there and hit the bolt and everything with the hammer, and you can sit there, tighten it up a little bit, hit it again. You'll be able to tighten it up, and that gets that copper gasket and everything to seat in there.
See,
I never thought about that.
That's something that they actually teach in the schools up here to the guys. You always give it a couple taps, and then you give her a couple more little tights, and it seals. Like, you can't just expect your wrench to hand tight it or like to squish it down. Even in impact, you won't squish it down properly.
Right. And I'm going, that makes sense. I mean, that's a good way of doing it.
What's up, Michael? Radio man.
So got anything good cooking in the kitchen there today, Cajun?
No, Missy cooked liver last night, so
torture.
Torture. No,
that was
good.
Punishment to us kids when we were kids. When we were bad, we were forced to eat liver.
Young calf liver. And that old liver was about that long. She got, a liver, but, a couple, 3 pounds. And did that. Then she threw a couple of chicken livers in there for me. And then she deep fried a couple chicken livers. So, yep.
Better be careful. If you eat too much liver, you're going to look like the liver king.
Yeah. I don't eat too much, just the right amount, just to balance it out.
No.
I don't eat any, and they say that's one of the, any of the organ foods, that's one of the things that causes gout. And what's really weird, I've had gout before, and when I was first diagnosed with it, they kept asking me, well, do you eat this? No. Do you eat, all these different foods? I'm going, no, I don't eat any of that. And they weren't able to figure out exactly what it was that was causing it. But organ foods, they say, is, one of the foods that you can eat, liver and kidneys and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, nope, I'm not eating or consuming any of that.
Well, my blood was thin back one year when I was playing football. And they told me that I had to eat liver to bring my iron and stuff back up in my blood.
Right.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. It's really good for, like, if you got iron deficiency, stuff like that will be great for you. And you'll be able to, and you can absorb the iron out of it better. Like, I've got an iron supplement that is actually made out of ground up kidney and stuff like that. Because the mineral iron supplements, your body only absorbs about 10% of it. So the rest of it's garbage. But if you actually use an actual animal product, you're going to absorb about 80 to 90% of it. So, but you got to be careful with it too, because too much iron can kill you.
Well, too much iron will start causing everything to start rusting up too.
I had too much liver. Get me some WD-40, dear. I got to wash it down.
Oh, no, not WD. Get some PB Blaster.
No. But WD is made from fish oil, so that helps you better. As far as
do you know the story about WD-40? Do you know how it was invented? What it was invented for?
It was.
I do.
It was actually designed to actually separate oil from water for oil spills.
Yeah,
actually, no. It was actually developed by a chemical company. For removing rust off or keeping rust off of rockets. and they came up with 39 different formulas and everything, and 39 of them failed. And the last one, they put petroleum jelly in it.
Silicon.
No, petroleum jelly. They put petroleum jelly in it, and that worked. And they were trying to figure out what to call it. Well, it's a water displacement. This is number 40, so they just called it WD-40.
Yeah. Well, it is a silicon-based.
Because I remember we experimented when before it became WD-40 in a can. The Canadian government and a couple other governments experimented with actually using it in the ocean for separating oil from oil spills and oil slicks, and that was even worse because now we got that chemical actually bonding with like pushing the water molecules away and contaminating the water.
Right.
Yes.
But yeah, I mean, but that's what it means. The WD stands for water displacement.
Yeah.
It's the 40th formula, and it was actually for Acme rockets.
Yeah, it's a mil spec. Military specs.
Yep. It was developed for the military. Because I think it was the Acme rockets or Saturn rockets, something like that, that the government was having problems with the metal and everything and wanting to rust. So they actually went to the company and said, hey, we need you to make something that'll keep the stuff from rusting.
And I learned as a child that WD-40 is not a lubricant to put on your bike chain.
Nope.
Many times over the handlebars because of that stuff.
It's not a lubricant. It's a rust preservative. It's to keep rust from happening. Now, if you want to put something on to lubricant, then yeah, you got something like PB Blaster, 3-in-1 oil.
Well, WD-40 is a silicon-based lubricant. It is a silicon-based lubricant.
Nope.
Yes, it is.
No, it actually dries stuff out. It will actually dry stuff out.
Yeah.
Like anything that will push oil away is a counter. Like what's the actual scientific term for it? There's a scientific term, but it counters the effect of lubrication. So if your chain already has oil on it and you spray the WD-40, it's going to separate that oil from the chain and put a barrier between the lubrication and the chain. So when you go to re-oil it again, that oil's not going to bond to the chain.
Politician displacement. There you go.
That's the best idea yet, Michael.
Yeah.
Well,
found one on the lawn the other day. Ever heard of community bicycle living? Community bicycle thing.
We've got a bill that they're trying to pass up here that if they pass it, all my streams, I'm going to have a gay guy, a lesbian guy, a black guy. I'm going to have one of everything in my streams because they're new laws for the media that they want to pass. That like if you're going to stream on YouTube, you have to be a diverse stream. You have to have a broad spectrum of guests on your stream and stuff like that. It's like seriously. Like,
well, I do. I got a guy from South Carolina. He's almost a Tar Heel. I got a Canadian guy. I got a Texican in the stream, and I'm a coon-ass Cajun. So, yeah, we've got the major ethnicity group in here.
Well, in about an hour, there'll be a truck coming in, and I can take a video. I can put the camera on, and we can have a trans in the issue too now.
There you go, a tranny.
I have a tranny in the stream once that truck gets here.
Well, there has been times when I was a lesbian. So.
Oh, I am a lesbian. I love it.
I've been gay my whole entire life. I've been totally happy, just absolutely happy.
But
all right, Radio Mike, you were talking about I guess that was your puppy dog, Molly Beagle. Not interested in transistors. What about tubes? Because me and Daryl we're talking about tubes earlier, radio tubes, sweep tubes. I don't know which ones he had, but he had a couple of 3 boxes full of tubes. He bought from an auction for, just say $10 for everything.
Yeah.
And he went on eBay and sold everything from $5 to $10 a piece. Made him a nice little profiteering racket going on there. Well, actually, $10 for tubes is actually cheap. Well, like your 12s, okay, like for your guitar amplifiers, your 12 AX7s or what have you, those right there you could get for $7 or $8 now, brand new. Michael said, tubes, I speak tube language. Oh, yeah. I got a box of tubes in my storeroom, my spare bedroom. I got a box of tubes I need to fish out. And I have some test equipment in there, too, I need to get out of there, especially my oscilloscope. I need to get my oscilloscope out there and find the other probe for it. I know where one's at. It's taped to the top of the oscilloscope. But there's another probe that was taped there, but it's not in the tape anymore. The blue painter's tape, and it's easily peeled off. So, but I need to get that box of tubes and VCR heads and inventory those, put those on my inventory list. I gotta lean off the dock. I'll be back in minute.
Don't fall in. We hear a big splash. We know he did. It's either that or one of them gators going after a little bait.
Now, here's a question. Which one would you guys use? The blaster, the PL100, or the high performance? I think I got like 30 different kinds of penetrating oils. My all-time favorite is actually Freeze Off. It actually works like nitroglycerin in a way. You spray it in, and it actually, the surface that you hit on it kind of gets cold for a little bit, and then then as the cold wears off, it seeps right in. It literally pulls itself in, and like that stuff there has broken every bolt free that I've ever needed with no heat. But it's hard to find and it's expensive.
To me, my favorite's always going to be the PB Blaster.
Yeah, the PB Blasters are great stuff. No,
PB Blaster's good. Croil is the best. It's very expensive, but Croil's the best. We used to get Croil by the case on the crew boat I was running. We'd get that by the case, and when we go, when I bring the pumper operators out to the platforms, they take a few cans off the boat and put it in the office on the platform or the maintenance room, because offshore in the Gulf of Mexico, Croil is definitely a needed thing.
And if you have mechanics in your shop that keep boring your penetrating oil, just take a can of this and put the penetrating oil label on it, and they'll never touch your stuff again.
What is it?
That's spray adhesive, and it's the 90. This stuff does not like to come off of anything. We used to use this when we did abatement. We take tarps and we take 2 tarps and spray this in between the 2 layers, let it tack up, put them together, and you could not pull those 2 tarps apart. You'd have one permanent tarp. But
wow.
No, this stuff is crazy. It's actually what I use when I need, like, instead of using gasket maker to hold a gasket on, I'll just spray a little bit on the corners and stick it on there, and that gasket won't fall off, and it doesn't affect the sealant or anything. But spray adhesive for doing gasket work is handy.
Dancing along with Reynolds. What's up, Mona mate?
What's up, Dancing?
Hey, Dancing.
Okay, Jen, I need to get going. I need to get the rest of this yard and everything mowed before it's dark.
Batteries
And
are charged
everything.
up. Well, I tell you what, did you not change your clock ahead last night
Nope,
or today? Or
Nope.
today? Well, it's 5:30 right now, and
Yeah.
it won't get dark till around 7:30.
Yeah, well, I've still got quite a bit I got to get done.
Yeah,
And
you,
it's
you
probably
need
going
a
to probably take four more batteries to do all this.
dang. Yeah, mine's a little out of hand too, but I'm gonna get my neighbor's gonna cut it for me.
Well, the biggest problem I've got is we had all that rain, so this grass and everything, not only is it thick, it's also wet. So every now and then I got to go in there and start unclogging the damn chute.
Oh, okay.
Are
It's
you using a cordless mower?
Yeah.
Which brand are you running?
Cobalt.
Cobalt? Cool. You
What's
like it?
up, John
It's-
Wolf?
Yeah.
What's
Cobalt,
going on, John Wolf?
24 volt.
Nice.
I mean, I got that one. I mean, I've got the 80 volt, but the main reason I got the 24 is simple fact is that, I mean, I'm big into the Cobalt line right now with a bunch of tools. So I got like 26 batteries.
Yeah.
And I mean, if I wanted to, I'd go over to Lowe's and get 2 4-amp hour batteries for like $109. Whereas if I wanted one 80 volt battery, the only thing they carry is the 2.5 amp hour. It's like $239.
Yeah.
And it's like, nah.
Yeah, that doesn't make much sense. Mostly when you got a bunch of other tools that run on one battery.
Right. That's why I wound up doing that. My weed eater, I've got 24 volt. I mean, my chainsaw, I've got the drill impact. I got both the 3/8 and 1/2 inch impact wrench. Let's see. I got the planer, the handheld planer. I got the heat gun, recip saw. I got the regular 3/8 ratchet. I've got the impact ratchet. Trying to think of what else I've got that's 24 volt. Oh, I got the router.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I mean that's the main reason why I wound up going with that 24 volt mower. I got plenty of batteries.
Yeah.
And everything.
I'm waiting for Hitachi to come out with some lawn equipment because I've got Milwaukee and Hitachi battery platform. But the nice thing about the Hitachi is they got that corded adapter. So that way, if you do run out of battery juice, you can swap around. So.
Renegade, you gonna buy me one? Somebody need a gas mower? Yeah, I'll take one if someone wants to buy me one.
I
But
got a
tonight-
Husqvarna anyone can have for free.
Well, hey, I'll put it like this. The
I
nice
love
thing about
Husqvarna
having that,
equipment.
I was gonna say the nice thing about having with that that Cobalt battery mower is the fact is that I can be out there 11, 12 o'clock at night if I wanted to be out there mowing when it's nice and cool. I'm not making a lot of noise with a regular gas powered mower. If I was out there at midnight trying to mow my grass, I'm going to have every single neighbor wanting to complain. But I can be out, and I have been out there with that battery operated one, and within 20 feet, you can't even hear it running.
No. Yeah, they can't hear it, but they're still watching you at 12 at night going, what the heck is he doing? There's something not right in that household, Martha.
Dancing, yeah, I've got corded tools. I mean, oh yeah, the jigsaw. I got the Cobalt 24 volt jigsaw. But I mean, now corded, I got my rigid air tools. Those got cords going to them. They're air cords. And but yeah, I mean, I do have, I mean, my biscuit joiner, that's corded.
Yeah, no one's made a cordless biscuit jointer yet. I'm actually shocked about that.
Yeah, no, they don't have one.
Yeah.
But I mean, hey, I got that one from Chicago Electric, from Harbor Freight. I like it.
Yeah. I
the
broke down
job.
and bought the Fest tool. I love that Fest tool. I think it's sweet, but it was expensive.
Yeah,
What'd you call it?
It's a Fest tool. It's kind of like a biscuit jointer, but it uses more of like a oval shaped dowel, and you get real, like it goes in deeper than a biscuit jointer. You get a better joint.
that's a domino.
Yeah, the domino.
Yeah, but what I've got,
it-
right? I just got the regular biscuit joiner from Harbor Freight.
Yeah.
Hell, I even they wound up they put their biscuits on clearance. I wound up buying the containers as much as I could, and the only reason they put them on clearance, they went with a different brand, and instead of having them hang on.
Well, Cajun, I'm gonna jump over here for a minute. I got to eat, and then by that time it'll be time for other strength. And so,
Yeah.
But-
Pull Bear Ed comes on tonight. This
Yep, 30
afternoon,
minutes.
I should say, at 6:00, and we're gonna go give him a raid later on, about
Yep.
30 minutes or so.
But anyways, this is what they were, putting the biscuits and everything in, was a little container like this, and they weren't putting them in a little plastic bag. So they just went with a different supplier and container, but they had these just on clearance. There was nothing wrong with them, same as the others.
The only problem with those, I get those confused with my jar of nuts, and I try eating them.
Go ahead, hardhead.
All right, well, I gotta get back out there and get going on it before it's all dark and get too tired. And I mean, like I said, I've got that. I mean, I got other projects I gotta try and get done, but I need to get that yard done before the city wants to say something again.
See, bylaws, hate them.
Yeah. All right, I'll see y'all later.
Well, nice seeing you, Matter.
All right, man. Take it easy.
And then there was two.
And then there were two. Might be three fixing to get up. I sent Quick Wrench.
Yeah, where's that
Tool
quick wrench?
junkie, Dave, I sent him an email 45 minutes ago when he popped in. I'm surprised he didn't jump up yet. He probably didn't hear his email alert.
No. So any fun projects you've been working on there?
No.
No.
Oh, well, my dryer, I got that going. What was it, Monday? Yeah, Monday. I had it all rewired over the weekend, and Saturday I had it rewired. I had to go to O'Reilly's and get some spade connectors, and I put the back cover on the dryer, the back panel on, and I wasn't getting any continuity. I wasn't reading any ohms on the thermal high cut, and so it didn't work. Naturally, I wasn't getting any ohms on that high cut, so I said, well, we have to wait till Monday. And Missy was like, wow, I was ready to dry some clothes. I'm like, well, Monday. So I went to Coburn's Monday and paid $8 for a set of thermals, and it was a thermal high cut and a thermistor.
Thermistor.
Now I call it a thermistor. It's a oh crap. Now that I'm trying to say it, but you know what I'm talking about.
Technical terms aren't needed.
Yeah. So
I know what you're talking about.
Thermistor came in my mind. Now I can't remember the real name for it. Thermostat. Thermostat. And it was $8. Sears Direct Parts wanted 45 for the set of two. I got them for $8 for the set. Yeah, okay, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to Coburn's and I'm buying out the rest of their stock. If they got 30 in the box left over, well, that's 30 times 8. You know, couple of $100 right there.
Yeah.
So spend 200. Well, I ain't got the money to spend, but it's an idea.
Yeah.
You know, buy just say 30 kits from them and put them on eBay for 20. You know, half the price of Sears, and still make a profit.
Yeah, that's the thing. You guys actually still have Sears services down stateside. We don't have Sears services up here anymore.
Yeah, but
Sears is
I don't buy
backed out
from
of Canada.
Sears.
Yeah.
I don't
Few and
buy
far
from
between.
Sears. We have a catalog store down here. You know, it's not a big Sears like in the mall like years ago, but we do have a Sears store here in town. It's small. They have they got a few parts. You know, the main stuff. They might even have a thermostat and a thermal high cut kit over there. But I'm not spending $45 when I go to Coburn's over here, and it's an OEM part. You know, it's an actual Kenmore OEM part.
Yeah.
And because Whirlpool made those dryers for Sears.
Yeah, you using the word catalog store, that takes me back to the days of living on the farm, going into the local town, and the consumers distributing, and Sears. That's all they had. They didn't have the big store. We had to sit there and order it all in the good old days.
Right.
And then
your
wait
clothes,
2
your
weeks
blue
to get
jeans,
delivered.
and all that.
Yeah. No, I like. Yeah, I used to love when I was a kid going into Red Deer and going through the old catalog, looking at everything.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Sears Roebuck catalog, 3 inches thick.
Yeah.
What's up, Raisin Cajun?
I don't know it. Drinking my cerveza.
Oh yeah, you are out of service, you know, so you can do that.
Did you get a new hat there?
Yeah, it's my channel hat.
Ah,
You've been having that one for a while.
It's a $50 channel hat. The only one that's going to be made.
The only one that's going to be made. No.
Oh, okay, Mike. In fact, I got to get my Procom up in there. I got a 4-piece Procom, 18-footer. I need to get that up in there. I'm tired of shooting wattage into a dummy load.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I didn't say watt. I said wattage. Damn.
Come on now.
We are bad boys. I've been a bad boy.
It's Sunday. All the religious people are still in church. We can do all the dirty stuff we want right now.
I'm sorry.
Some pastors watching going, the devil is in the stream. Did you hear the comment? So I decided that I'm going to experiment with some of my content. I ordered 2 puppets, and I actually ordered a gorilla suit. I'm going to do a bunch of streams that I'm going to call Ape on Wrench.
Ape on Wrench.
I'm going to be a gorilla in overalls working on stuff.
Oh, you're gonna be that gorilla on Beverly Hillbillies?
Yep.
Remember those episodes?
Yeah.
Mike, I don't see an email yet.
Michael, I know what he's talking about.
What kind of radio you run in your truck? I forgot.
I'll tell you here in a second. Let me get my.
Yeah, I don't see an email yet, Mike.
A Galaxy DX 939F.
939F. Okay. It's the 959. That's a regular CB. Is that one a regular CB or an export?
I think it's a regular one.
You have the A, B, C, D, E, F on there or no?
Oh, I don't know. Hang on,
The upper and lower channels?
let me spin the camera around that quick. Well, let me grab my phone and spin the phone around. You see it?
Yeah, I can see it, but I can't make it out. Well, you only got 3 knobs on it. Bunch of switches.
Oh, it's got a knob up there.
Oh, okay. That might be your band knob. Does that top knob have A, B, C, D, E, F on it?
That's the talkback knob. This is the volume knob. That is the DIM knob.
Dim.
And this is the mic knob right here, and that's the channel knob.
Oh, naturally, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's a regular CB. That's not a 10-meter radio.
That looks
Mike
like
Hodge, what's going on?
those retro ones.
It gets out there though.
You have the frequency counter on it, so I'm figuring that was a 10-meter radio.
It gets out there. I promise you, it gets. Oh, it gets out there. I'll show you the. Let me pull it. Hang on, I'll show you the antennas I've got. There's the antenna.
Okay.
I got 2 of those, one on each side.
Kind of looks like a Wilson 2000.
15,000 megahertz.
15,000 megahertz.
Or watts or whatever you want to call it.
Watts.
15,000 watt. Yeah, 15,000 per.
1,500 sounds more realistic.
No, 15,000.
Yeah, well, your alternator and batteries couldn't handle a 15,000 watt or much less a 10,000 watt amplifier.
It's a two-way citizen band mobile transceiver with Starlight faceplate.
Oh, there's the email.
And then the antenna is the Browning model BR78. Oops.
It works from 3.5 megs to 55 megs. Okay.
Let go.
I was looking. How close?
Yeah, I don't see any pictures in this one, but
Look at the screen, Cajun.
wait, hold on one sec. I was in my email.
Hold on.
Browning flat coil CB antenna, 25 to 30 megs, 15,000 watts. Yeah, they got a guy in Mississippi that used to hand build antennas, and they were good for up to 10,000 watts. But that was a true antenna that could handle 10,000 watts.
Hey, Cajun, do you remember the old ham radio phones that we used to have in our service trucks?
Yeah, I remember.
A standard regular rotary phone sitting on the seat.
Delayed. I'm on the camera.
Yeah, up here too.
Hey,
I
love you guys.
Hey, Gypsy.
I still got my old rotary phone in my truck. I have it there for kicks and giggles, even though the service isn't available anymore.
Oh yeah, that's the setup. We used to have those older black coil antennas, but we disconnected those because we kept on snapping the passenger side and went clean off.
Trees.
Yeah, so you decided to get the 4 or 5 foot whip to put on them.
Yeah.
Put on these.
My favorite antenna is a 5.5 foot Francis on the passenger mirror. That's my favorite antenna. 5.5 foot Francis.
But we decided to put 2 of those antennas on there just to make sure it reaches out to where it needs to reach out.
Right. You got 36 foot of coax. put a bridle on that too. You got 18 foot. You got two 18-foot RG59 coaxes. That's a 75 ohm coax, but the radio is 50 ohm, and you got three elements. You got, the radio, coax, antenna. So you want to keep everything at 50. So, or in multiples of 50. So you got 275 ohm coax, which makes 150 ohms. So there's your 50 ohms right there. And I don't see, I did see an email, Mike, but there's no pictures with it.
Yeah, we just had somebody pick the load up a little while ago. It's back in transit again.
Okay.
They dropped us off pretty much a brand new trailer.
Yeah, the old pulsar phones. Yeah. A buddy of mine had one in his truck. It was his wife's phone, actually. And for her line of work, it was a regular, I think it was a push button, dial tone phone. It wasn't a rotary, it was a push button phone. And you can make a phone call, local, long distance, whatever. And back then, it was like $2 a minute.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Lord, it's raining outside.
The Muyer on call.
Jesus.
Where you at, Raging?
Muskegon, Oklahoma.
Muskegee?
Yeah.
And there he is, Theo. What's going on, Theo? How you doing, mon ami?
Doing good. How about yourself?
We can't complain.
Raging, how about you? I'm gonna be
Sitting here.
I'm gonna be pulling a Ken here while I'm on your live. So
Hey, I'm pulling everybody else.
I see you got you a long wheelbase over there, white colored pickup truck.
Yep. Gonna
No,
pull the motor, transmission, and transfer case out of that white Ford. And that's going to go into that 04 with a 6.0. We're going to pull a 6.0 transmission transfer case out of it. And we're going to drop this in there.
Oh, that's the one the 7.3's in?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh, okay. What year is that one?
01.
01? Okay.
Oh, we just got done eating. We had cheddar broccoli and rice with chicken.
Yeah. Gypsy Rose put that up in a comment earlier. I'm like, oh, that's making me hungry.
Just a little
my
throw together meal.
Huh?
Just a little throw me together meal type thing, in the truck. We didn't go anywhere. We got it from the store and cooked it in the truck.
So how's country doing today?
Doing good. Oh, Sarah, I didn't see you. There he is.
You saw my backside, my good side,
I did get a notification on.
I got tired of standing, so I had to shift garbage around so I could have it to sit down for a little bit.
So what kind of brake cleaner do y'all like using?
The cheapest shit.
Yeah.
Like that?
Whatever Walmart got. Oh, O'Reilly's? Yeah, that's a good one. That's
I
even better
buy
than Walmart.
the 5-gallon drum.
Yeah, if you got the damn.
Whatever cheapest.
Yep.
If you got a Sure Shot, yeah, you could buy that damn. I would love to get one of those Sure Shots.
Do you know what the thing is about brake cleaner up here in Canada? Those pails, when you do volume, it's actually cheaper to buy it by the can in Canada than it is in a pail.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
It's stupid.
I pay compared to a can, it's almost a tenth of the price if you buy it by the pail here.
Yeah, that's how it used to be up here. But then the government wanted to introduce this law on bulk chemicals, and we have this huge friggin' tax on bulk chemicals now.
Oh,
Gotcha.
I do think when we finally get back into our own house again, and I got my air compressor set back up, I'm gonna buy one of those Sure Shots and buy brake cleaner in bulk.
Yeah, and I do the same thing with the penetrating oil now too.
So
Johnny buys brake cleaner in the spray cans instead of buying carb cleaner. He buys the brake cleaner. And no, he buys the starting fluid.
Yeah.
To clean carbs with, which that'll evaporate a lot faster than carb cleaner in a spray can. But it's still like $1 something at Walmart a can.
Do you know what the funny thing is though? If you have a vehicle to start, starting fluid is a compression booster, not a combustion fluid, and that's why it can blow engines up. But did you know chlorinated brake cleaner will start an engine the same as this does, but has no knock and no damage and no risk?
Yeah, because if like a diesel engine, say a 671, okay, non-turbo, non-aspirated 671 diesel. I had 2 of those in my crew boat. Well, the company's boat. I was running the boat. And one of those diesel engines, the port side engine, it was addicted to starting fluid.
uh-huh.
In the wintertime, when it was cold, sometimes in the summer, if we had a little cool front come through, in the summer, which is rare, but if they had a little cool front come through, that port side engine did not want to start unless you gave it a little shot of starting fluid. But Johnny doesn't use starting fluid to actually start an engine or whatever. He uses a True Fuel, in a little spray can and just shoot it like a little oil pump pumper for motor oil to lube stuff with. He puts the True Fuel in that and shoot a couple of squirts in the carburetor and then try to fire a small engine up. He doesn't use starting fluid for that. He just uses starting fluid as a carburetor cleaner. Clean the outside of it real good and before you tear it apart and throw it in the ultrasonic cleaner. Mm-hmm.
Well,
yeah,
you can
that's
start
what True Fuel is, gas and oil mixture.
Yeah, just use gasoline in a spray bottle. You do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with a diesel, you can just soak a rag in gasoline and hold that rag over the intake.
Over the intake,
Starting. But do you know what causes diesels? What the actual cause of starter fluid independence is? Every time that you use this, the more you use it, the more bent your rings get, and the less compression it has, and that's what causes it, bent rings. But did you know the Detroits? On all the Detroit engine, there's a little there should be a little container with a little cap on it that you flip open, and it's a little cup that goes into the intake. Detroit actually made starting capsules, which were actually a safe fluid, and you put the capsule in there, you close the lid, and it would pop it, and that fluid would drip down into the intake, and you'd crank the engine and start it up. But it wasn't starting fluid. It was actually just like a diesel gasoline mix in a capsule.
Right.
Because Detroit knew that their engines had heavy cranks and they were going to be angry SOBs.
Right.
That's an understatement.
But nothing sounds sweeter than a turbo powered Detroit. Nothing does.
Well, when the turbo's acting right, they sound really good. But
even without the turbo active, just how it changes the sound of the exhaust on the Detroit, it just has just a beautiful scream to it. And then
Are
when
we
you
talking about the Detroit 60 series?
the 70s,
the 71,
71s, and the old 51s.
and the 90 and the 92s.
Like this is the funniest thing I get. I see people that they look at the old Detroits and the old 71s and 41s and go, well, this thing's got a blower. It doesn't need a turbo. That's not a supercharger. That's the only way it gets the air because it pulls the air from the bottom of the piston through little ports in the bottom of the sleeve, and it doesn't suck air. Those engines do not suck or pull air. You have to force feed the air into them, or it gets no air. So like,
I've seen
like
that
everyone's
on,
like, supercharged. No, it's not.
I seen that on the Boss Garage.
No, like it's so funny. Like I've seen guys trying to sell old Detroits in the past, going, "It's supercharged." No, it's not. It don't run without that. You have to put a turbo on it if you want it supercharged.
Oh man, you can tell the difference between a working turbo and a non-working turbo because one of these trucks, if that turbo has something wrong with it, golly, it's sluggish.
Oh yeah.
I've
It's
seen
gonna
failed
it's
turbos.
gonna struggle. It's gonna struggle going uphill. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
it's really gonna lag. I was hoping the other night when the first time it went, when the tube came off, where it feeds into the whatever it feeds into.
The intercooler.
Yeah, the air cooler. Or, yeah.
Intercooler, yeah.
Intercooler, yeah.
When the tube came off of that, this truck did not want to go up a hill. I mean, it slowed down to 15, 20 miles an hour.
Well,
It
and that's
had a heavy
because
load
the
on it too.
compression ratio in your engine is not set up to be able to run in a default compression ratio. So it has to
Well,
have
and
that.
on top of that,
pressure
you
air.
got your fuel air mixture is completely off.
Hmm.
No.
And then we got it fixed. We got it fixed the first time, and she got about 250 miles down the road, and it blew off again. And come to find out, the turbo was bad.
All right,
I-
everybody. Y'all see that link I just put in the comments?
Polar bear.
That is for Polar Bear Ed. He's coming on in 3 minutes, so we're gonna go give him a raid, tell him hello, and a Cajun raid if y'all don't mind.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna jump out of here. Theo, you want to start us off?
Well, thank you for having me. So I basically said a hi and bye. So here we go. Hi and bye.
All right, Raisin.
All right, everybody. Thanks for having me, Cajun. Sorry it took so long for me to get up, but I had stuff to do. Right when you went on, the recovery truck came and got the trailer. We had to take care of that. Didn't eat dinner, and yeah. But otherwise, everybody have a great week. See y'all on Polar Bear's stream and later on Theo's stream. Don't forget to come over there and give us a big thumbs up. But
Yep.
like I always say, y'all keep those wheels spinning, your beavers grinning, and we'll catch you on the next one.
That's right.
Awesome.
Turner, your
Well,
turn.
it was a pleasure being on the stream with you guys. I always enjoy it, and my grouchy eyebrows enjoy it too. But yeah, it was fun. I'll see you guys all on Polar Bear stream and catch you guys on the flip side.
All right, it was good having you up, Turner. Raisin, you too. Good seeing you again. Country Mile, good having you up. Everybody, don't forget, in 1 minute, Polar Bear Ed's on. But at 8 o'clock Central Time, this man right here, Theo, around 8 o'clock, 8:15, somewhere in there, he'll be live. So y'all check out Country Mile Garage. We'll see y'all over there later on. All right, everybody, it's good being north of the grass. Stay safe. Be that way. Be safe. Stay that way. And as always, love, peace,
Grease.
and crackling grease.
There
Catch
you
y'all later. Blue top.
Oh.